Right, welcome back everybody. It's been a while since I put a video out last. It's beginning of January now and we are in the van, as you can see. I've got the diesel heater on in the background, so you might hear that clicking a bit. Yeah, it's a bit cold, I say, still beginning of January now. And we've been sent through this Allpowers s1500 watt portable power station. So we are going to have a quick look at this today, see what's in the box and see what it's all about basically. As some of your other subscribers do know, I have got myself another battery pack that I just use basically to run my telly and charge phone up basically when we're out and about. I'm not a full-time van lifer, it's just a bit of a hobby for me. We go away, do a random night here and there, weekends, or if we are and about travelling up to Scotland to see my sister, we do use the van up there as well. So I don't need massive amount of power in here. I do have solar on the roof, which runs me lighting in here and my diesel heater basically. I do have USB sockets and the 12-volt socket in there if I do need to charge up anything, if I do get a low battery on my power pack that I have been using. But as I say, that's just backup. I've never really run out of solar on that. That's done me really well, that solar panel. But that's a different story. We're not here to be talking about that. We're here to look at this s1500 from Allpowers. I say I'd never heard of Allpowers until they reached out to me. But I say they reached out to me. I've had a look and done a bit of research about them. They do have a good positive feedback of what I have seen from other people doing reviews on them. So I thought I'd like to get my hands on it because I am only running currently a 600 watt one in the van at the minute. And I'll say this is a 1500 watt, so it'll open up a bit more of a scope for me to use. We've got an air fryer, a brand new air fryer, which is 1200 watts. So obviously my other power bank can't run that. So hopefully we're going to plug that in a minute into this and see how we can get on, and hopefully we can run that. So that just gives us another little cooking facility for the van, because I don't have any hobs or nothing in here. I didn't want to go down that route of having gas hobs and all that in the van. So let's take a look in this box and see what we get. I have previously opened the box just to make sure the item is charged. So I've had a quick look in here, but I've not had a good mess about with it. So let's take a look in here and see what we get. So it is really decently well packaged. So you just open your box up like this, and when you open the box you're greeted with a little pouch here. Let me just shut that curtain. We've got a bit of sunlight coming through there, so yeah, just tilting the box towards you, you can see we've got this foam insert, and in the middle there is like a little cotton bag. So we'll just take that bag out, and you also do get a set of instructions in there as well. To be honest, I'm one of these people that never read instructions, so we'll leave them back in there for now. We'll just quickly take a look what's in this little bag here. It's a decent, nice little bag. Little handle on it with a zip on it. So what we've got in here, it looks like this is our charging power pack. So you get so basically a kettle plug there, as you can see, 3-pin kettle plug. That goes into your adapter box, and then obviously that will go into your battery power station to do your charging. So it's nice it comes in its own little bag there to keep it away and separate. So hopefully you shouldn't lose any bits for that. So that's a nice little start, keeping that in a little separate bag. So we'll just put that out there out the way for a minute. We'll just take this bit of foam insulation out. We'll drop that down there, and looking on in the box, as you can see in there, we've got our battery pack there. So I'm just going to lift the handle up and then just pull that out. Right, there's nothing else in that box now, so we can drop that there. We'll just put that there out the way for the minute, because there is a bit of spec on the back there we can have a look at in a minute. So right, it's got a bit of weight to it. I think it says on the box, I think these weigh about approximately around 10 kilos. So there is a bit of weight there, but again, it is a battery at the end of the day, so they all do weigh about between 10 and 12 kilos, these batteries, packs of this sort of wattage, from about 1500 to 2000 watts. So it's got nice rubber feet. It's actually sticking to this table here, so it's not going to be sliding about. So even if you did have it on your work surface, I reckon you'd be safe to drive about with that, because I say I do tend to sometimes drive them with them on the work surface, and that is definitely not slipping about. And it's got this lovely big robust handle on it, and I've noticed, just lift from sliding my fingers along there, it's got some sort of rubber grip there, which obviously it just drags on that handle, look, and you just get that to, it just stops that handle from wavering about. So that's a nice little feature, that, and it's like a slow close, look. So yeah, but it's a big nice heavy duty handle there. So let's take a look at this machine now. So I'm going to quickly bring you in, let's take a look. Right, so first of all we'll just come on this side, and this is our DC outputs there. So you've got DC 12 volt sockets, you've also got USB sockets there, you've got 3 of them there, and you've also got a USB-C one there, which is PD 100 watt socket. And we'll just come around to the other side, and this is your inputs here. So that's your AC that I just showed you, to plug in that bag. That will plug into there. You've also got solar inputs, so you can get solar panels for this to charge it as well. And you've also got your 12 volt like cigarette light charger there for your vehicle, so that could just go in there like that. So lovely presented. You may see all these little grates here, and what that is basically a cooling. There is a fan in here, and it actually just keeps the temperature down for the battery for when you're charging and obviously using this. So you do have a little bit of fan noise there, but which ain't no issue. Looking around the top of the machine, a lot of them nowadays do have wireless charging on top. This one obviously doesn't benefit that, so which ain't a big issue. I just tend to use the plugs anyway nowadays. I've just felt there on my fingers, you can see it's got little rubber, it's got little indentations there in all 4 corners, so I presume that you can stack these on top of each other, which, yeah, you obviously can, because that's the same shape as it's on the top, so they are stackable. A little bit of info on the bottom there. Coming round the back of this unit, it's just a smooth solid back on there, so you could push that up against the wall, have no issues there. It'll go straight up against the wall, nothing intruding on the back there. Right guys, so looking at the front of the machine, you can see we've got 4 3-pin UK sockets there. We've also got 2 little LED lamps, and you basically got your Bluetooth, your DC and AC buttons there. That is everything, that is all the buttons that operate this machine. So just come along here now, so we'll just push the Bluetooth button now, and that just illuminates the whole screen there. As you can see, we've got a nice little screen there telling us what's happening. We're not using no watts at the minute for output, and we've got 100% charge in this battery. So you've got 4 blue blocks there, that's showing you your battery indicator. So obviously drops down to 3 blocks, that's 75%, and so on there. So just coming along, I say you've got these little orange tabs on each side, and that is to illuminate your torches, so you can have one on at a time. So we've got 1 torch on there, and we'll stick the other one on. So that's a nice couple of torches there. Some power packs do have them, so you can push them different, and you can do different things with them, where you can have them flashing SOS, but this is just basically an on and off torch on there. So that's a nice little feature. They're bright LEDs. So say you've got your AC button there, you just push that, and that will operate your AC plugs there to bring them into action. So hold it in, and you just hear the click, and the fan just kicks in. I don't know if you can hear that fan, but it's just stopped now. So the AC button is lit up green, so that means all these 4 sockets now should be live and active, so for you to start using. So we will plug the air fryer in a minute. I've got that just over the back there. We'll test that. So if you want the DC, you obviously just flick that, one, and that comes on as well. So you can have them both on together. Obviously I think you can have all these sockets in use at once. So you've got 10 outlets there, being AC and DC, and you can run all them outlets at once. It's not just a matter of you putting a socket in there and then all the others are redundant. You can use them all at once if you've got that many devices, and if the machine can power it all. So you can use that, 10 outputs. So we'll just turn the DC off, and we'll just switch this AC off, and to do that you just hold your button in, and that turns it off there. And for your Bluetooth, you just hold that button in. So as you can see now, we've got a Bluetooth symbol just at the top left there. And once you've done that, you do need to download the Allpowers app. So I have downloaded that already. So I've downloaded that. This is the Allpowers app here. Sorry, it's not very clear, my screen there. So, and then it says Bluetooth device. So add Bluetooth device. So what it's telling you to do is turn on the phone's Bluetooth function. Make sure the phone positioning is turned on. After a short press of the Bluetooth button, the screen will bring up the display, which it has done so. Next step, it's scanning for the item now, and it's found it up there, which is there. Look, as you can see, AP s1500. Click that. So that's the Allpowers s1500, and there it is there, as you can see. So it's telling us we've got a 100% battery. We've got 36 days, 9 hours worth of battery charge there at the minute as it stands without anything being used. We've got no input being used, and we've got no output being used. You could turn the AC plug on from here, which is there. Look, I've just done that, and it's just fired up there, which says AC there. So we turn that off, it gives you a bleep and the AC disappears. Again, you can turn your DC on, DC there, and it brings on the USB charge as well. Turn that off and it takes that away. So you can also turn your LED flashlights on from there and off, and you can have it on 50 Hertz or 60 Hertz the light. I'll just leave it on 50, uses less power. So it is really a basic app. It's not got all the fancy gadgets telling you all the stuff that some of these other apps have, and believe me, that does get a bit complicated if you're not too technical minded with stuff like this, like me. I just need to know basically what I'm using and what I'm not using, and to be honest with you, I probably won't even use the app because I have the app for my other battery pack in this vehicle, and I never use that either. So it is just a bit of a gimmicky thing. I just use the battery pack for what it has on display there. I say the app's not really needed. I suppose if you are out and about, you can, if you've got something plugged in, maybe like your electric heater maybe, or something like that, and you do want it to just heat the van up while you're out, you can flick it on for things like that. But I say I don't use that. It is just more of a gimmick for me, but it is there as an optional extra as well. So I say I never use the app on the other one. I have got it downloaded on the phone, but I say I just don't use it. So we'll just take a look at this now. We've had a look at all the little features that we've got on it. We'll just quickly have a look on this box here, because I say we have got a bit of information on it. So the specifications there, I don't know if you want to just freeze frame that, you can have a look. Basically it says batteries, lithium ion batteries. You've got about 10 kilo approximately weight. It's got your size there, your capacity. You've got your DC input, 12 volt, 300 watt max. Again with the solar panels, 12 volt, 300 watt max. You've got your AC out, continuous 1500 watts, a surge of 3000 watts. You've got your 12 volt car port. You've got your DC out and your USB out, and your Type C, and all your different 5 volt, 9 volt, 12 volt. Yeah, it's a decent little battery pack so far. Right guys, so as you can see, I've got my little air fryer here, and we've got the battery pack here. So we've got the AC switched on, and we'll just stick our 3-pin socket into the socket there. So the air fryer is all lit up, which is a good start. So we can just power that on there. As you can see, we'll just hit the button there, and we'll have a look at what we got on the LCD screen there. So we'll just turn this on randomly. It's on 200. We'll just play it. It's on there. As you can see, it's all lit up. This one's got a light in this one. This is just a secondary air fryer. We don't really use this one, so that's why I thought it would come in ideal for the van. Now we've got this battery. So as you can see, it's running at 200 there, the heat, and we've actually got an output. This is a 1200 watt air fryer, and as you can see, it's only using 1084 watts, and I believe that is saying that we could run this air fryer for 47 minutes. So we are on 97% now. If you're running something different, like your phone charger, I did have to see online, on an average phone charge, you should get between about 180 to 200 phone charges out of this battery, just using your phone charger. And on a laptop, I believe it's about 100 charges. So yeah, we'll just have a look at this air fryer. Right, there's a load of heat coming out of there. I no doubt that's working properly. So as you can see now, we've stopped the air fryer and the wattage is just dropping down to 0 now, where the air fryer is completely dead. So just push that in, start that again, and the wattage shoots up and we're straight back up to 1077 there. So yeah, it's going to come in really handy with this. When we do use the air fryers, they're never on for no more than half an hour anyway, so that would do us perfect. So if we're only using it for half an hour, we should probably get about 2 meals out of that. So we'll just turn that off. That will cool down now, and that's just dropping again the output. As you can see, 20, which is the reason it's still running at 20, because we've still obviously got it plugged in and the fan is just running in there just to cool that air fryer down. So you could obviously just stop that, but we'll just leave that running, let the air fryer cool down as it should do. Right, so you have to bear with me on this. I say I'm in the back of the van, so we've not got the best lighting in here, but this is where I'm going to be using this unit, so this is where I thought I'd come and do the video for you. We've seen a lot of good positives on this with this machine we've gone through. You can obviously run 10 devices at once. You've got a handful of USB sockets on the sides. There's only one USB-C socket on the side, but again, that's plenty for me. 4 sockets there. Again, that's more than enough I need. I only usually run the telly on it if I'm running that, or just an air fryer. So 2 at most. But obviously, with the air fryer running, I wouldn't be running a telly on there as well, because it would just it probably would run it, but it'll be pushing it to its max. As I say, I do have another battery pack that lives under the seat, which I do run my telly on anyway, so it'll probably only ever have 1 socket on this, which is no problem for me. We do have an air mattress that goes on the rock and roll bed as well, so we do have an electric pump for that. The only bit of a it's not a downside, but a bit of a negative to it, when I first plugged this in, I did plug it straight into this socket here, and I reckon they could have just thought about where they place their sockets a bit better, because once you've got a plug in here, it covers your LCD panel up. So obviously I've got other plugs as well. My one that covers I use for the air mattress is a bit of a bigger one. So you can see once you pull that out and you put that in there, you've lost your LCD screen there, look. So if you've got big adapter plugs like that, that has just covered the whole LCD screen up there. So that is a bit of a poor design. What they could have done, they've got all this space at the bottom here. I wouldn't say stick the sockets down there. I'd either bring this bar down a bit, or put this bar right at the top and have your sockets in the middle, because I've got, I do have another one. On my other battery pack, they do have the sockets at the bottom, but again, that is a bit of an issue on the bottom, because when I put this plug in, the socket, it sits down, but this actually sits, it won't sit, the bottom of this plug actually won't go in the plug socket unless I tilt the battery back to get it in, and then it's basically the bottom of this plug is taking the whole way to the battery, because this plug socket on my other one is too low. So these manufacturers do really need to just remember, these plugs do come in different variants and sizes. Obviously you can see that there. It's just one thing to bear in mind. They got all this dead space down here. Use it basically. If you're going to put your sockets there, bring this menu down here, look. You've got plenty of space, or put this bar at the top, and then you'd have all this area down at the bottom for putting plugs in. That's just something that I've found. It's not a major flaws, but it's just something that I've picked up and noticed. Obviously, even with a small 3-pin plug like that, you put that in and you've got your cable and the bottom of your flex going through that screen, and it just obstructs it. So just something to bear in mind there. But that does not affect, that will not affect the use of it. It's just that you won't be able to see your screen if you've got something plugged into that socket. And again, same goes with putting it in these sockets. You're covering up these buttons. So just something a little bit there they could have thought about a little bit more once they was designing this. Obviously they must have put plugs in when they was at the designing stage to do this, so they must have come across that. But yeah, that is the only, I wouldn't say it's a negative, but that is the only thing I can knock it down for on this battery pack, is having them sockets a bit too close to your main bar. So they could have spaced that out a bit more, but that's all I've got to say basically about this. Otherwise, I've not had a good decent run. This is all we've done with it, is this little test. So time will tell once I get back out on the road and we start using it again, but I can't see it causing me any more problems. Right then guys, so I'm going to cut the waffle now. So yeah, if you are in the market for one of these, I would highly recommend them from my little experiments today. After a bit more use in the near future, if I do find any issues with it, or I do find some other good stuff about it, I will bring up a little follow-up video about it. But until then, I can only tell you what I've shown you in today's video. But yeah, they've sent me out a discount code as well. These are retailing, I think, for about £899. They've got a sale on at the minute, and with my discount code, which is number 8PM, capital letters, so 8PM, all in capitals, that sale and my discount code brings it down to, I think, £427. So that is a good, really good discount there. Half price for one of these battery packs from about 1500 watt, from about 1200 watt to 2000 watt. It's a good, it's a going price, about £800 to £900 for one of these. So with the discount they got going at the minute, and the discount code for the Project Man, you can't knock that. So if you are in the market for one of these, get yourself, because for what you're going to pay for 427 quid, you will only be getting something like a 400 to 600 watt one, really. So while it's on offer, if you do want one, grab it. I say ideal for it in the van, not just in the van, camping, just even keeping in the car as a backup. Even if you're working on your driveway, you need to just get that power tool out to do something on a vehicle. It's ideal for that. I've even seen people use these in sheds as a power supply, and actually getting solar panels fitted on the roof and just keeping it charged up through solar. So they've not actually had electric running into the shed. They just keep one of these batteries in the shed and just put a solar on the roof. So it's obviously constantly charging it, and you can obviously run your stuff in the shed as well. So yeah, I'm really happy with this. Thank you very much, Allpowers. There will be a link down below for the direct website and a link to this power pack as well. So remember, if you are in the market, put the discount code in as well, because that will give you a little bit extra and bring it down to £427. And we're going to leave it here for this little one, and until next time, we'll see you about.